The hammer of divine justice just dropped so hard it shattered their entire world. Chosen one. While your enemies thought they were untouchable, federal agents were building the case that's about to destroy them. Right now, this very moment. They're receiving letters, phone calls and visits that are making them panic like never before. And the most beautiful part is watching these same people who spent years trying to destroy you now, desperately scrambling to your doorstep, begging for your help to save them. Your story begins in childhood, chosen one. There was a parental figure in your life who orchestrated something so sinister, so calculated, that it took decades for the full picture to emerge. They created a fake marriage situation when you were just a child, not for love, not for family, but to gain legal access to an inheritance that was rightfully yours. This person has been wearing a false sense of privilege your entire life, living off what should have been your foundation. What makes your story different from every other tale of family betrayal? The courts have already determined that you were innocent. They've seen through the lies, the forged documents, the manipulated narratives. While you were growing up thinking something was wrong with you, thinking you were the problem, divine forces were already working to expose the truth. This inheritance wasn't just money, chosen one. It represented your spiritual birthright, your divine mission on this planet, your ability to create change and abundance, not just for yourself, but for others. That's why the attack was so vicious, so sustained, so personal. They weren't just stealing money, they were trying to steal your destiny itself. This parental figure became the common denominator in every betrayal you've experienced, every lover who hurt you, every family member who turned against you, every friend who stabbed you in the back. They were connected to all of it. They recruited an army of what I call minions, karmic family members, corrupt officials, gang stalkers, even psychic readers who were paid to invade your energy and report back to them. They created an entire network designed to keep you confused, broke, and spiritually depleted. The depth of this conspiracy goes beyond what most people could imagine. They had people monitoring your social media, interfering with your work opportunities, spreading rumors in your community, even manipulating your romantic relationships. Every time you started to gain momentum, every time you began to step into your power, they would activate another part of their network to knock you back down. What they never understood is that every attack only made you stronger. Every betrayal refined your discernment. Every loss taught you to rely more deeply on divine guidance rather than human validation. They thought they were destroying you. Actually, they were forging you into an unstoppable force. Now let's talk about this ex-partner of yours, this energy who thought they could play games with a chosen one's destiny. This person wasn't just complicit in the theft. They were actively working with your family to steal your inheritance. They knew money was coming to you because they were part of the plan to steal it from the very beginning. This person is what I call spiritually bankrupt. They have nothing in their spiritual bank account, no connection to source, no ability to manifest opportunities for themselves. That's why they needed you. They wanted to bully you out of your abundance, force you to give them new beginnings and opportunities that they could never create on their own. The most disgusting part is that it isn't even someone you share children with. This is just an energy vampire who attached themselves to you to drain you dry with their toxic energy, their lies, their manipulation. They're the type of person who would attach themselves to anyone with money or spiritual power, like a parasite looking for a host. This X represents a particular type of predator that gravitates toward chosen ones. They can sense your light, your power, your divine connection, and they want to possess it rather than develop their own. They study you, learn your patterns, discover your triggers, and then use that information to manipulate and control you. When their plans started falling apart, this person tried to use spiritual warfare against you, love spells, binding rituals, dream manipulation. They bought some books online and thought they could take down a chosen one with amateur hour magic. They literally went to Google, bought a book of shadows, and went completely insane, thinking they could override your divine protection. The spiritual attacks intensified when they realized you were pulling away from their influence. They started working with practitioners who didn't understand they were attacking someone under divine protection. They paid people to do rituals against you, to send negative energy your way, to try to bind you to them spiritually even after you'd walked away physically. What they never realized is that when you attack a chosen one, the energy doesn't just bounce back, it multiplies. Every spell they cast, every ritual they performed, every negative intention they sent your way was being recorded by cosmic forces and added to their spiritual debt. They were literally creating their own karmic destruction with every attack. While all this chaos was happening in your life, while you were trying to figure out why everything felt so wrong, why you couldn't catch a break, why people kept betraying you, the federal government was watching. There have been investigators sitting in unmarked vehicles, reading text messages, listening to phone conversations, building a case that would ultimately expose this entire network. The investigation captured your family and your ex having conversations about your money, about your inheritance, about strategies to keep it from you. They got caught discussing the fake marriage, the forged documents, the coordinated campaign to make you look unstable so they could maintain control of your resources. The federal investigation went deeper than just financial crimes. They discovered evidence of harassment campaigns, coordinated stalking, interference with your employment, and systematic attempts to damage your reputation. What your attackers thought was untraceable digital harassment was actually creating a paper trail that investigators have been following for years. The beautiful thing about divine timing is that the investigation began long before your attackers realized they were being watched. Federal agents have recordings of them planning their attacks on you, bragging about the damage they've caused, discussing strategies to isolate you from support systems and financial resources. The investigation is complete. All the evidence has been gathered, the trap was set, and every single one of these conspirators walked right into it. They thought they were so smart, so careful, so protected by their lies. They had no idea that divine justice was working through earthly authorities to expose their crimes. The scope of what they uncovered shocked even the investigators. This wasn't just a family dispute or a bitter breakup. This was an organized criminal enterprise designed to systematically destroy a person's life and steal their resources. The level of coordination, the number of people involved, the duration of the harassment, it all painted a picture of something far more sinister than anyone initially realized. Something magical started happening as the truth began to emerge. The same community that had been fed lies about you, the same people who had been told you were unstable, difficult, problematic, they started seeing you for who you really are. They discovered that you're actually sweetheart energy, that you've been maintaining incredible grace under pressure, that you've been the victim of a decades-long smear campaign. The community fell in love with you, chosen one. They became enamored with your energy because they could see your authenticity, your spiritual strength, your refusal to stoop to the level of your attackers. Even though you had every right to destroy these people, even though you could have used your spiritual gifts to rain down vengeance upon them, you chose the high road. You chose to maintain your integrity while divine forces handled the justice. Once the community realized what had been happening, they were ready to throw these people down a well. People started saying they'd only known your family for a short time, and they were already disgusted by their behavior. The lies that had protected them for so long became the very thing that exposed them. The shift in community perception wasn't gradual, it was dramatic and immediate. Once people understood the scope of what had been done to you, they felt personally betrayed by your attackers. Many community members realized they had been manipulated into participating in your isolation without understanding what was really happening. More than just changing their opinion about you, the community became protective of you. They started watching your attackers with suspicion, questioning their motives, refusing to participate in any further harassment. The very network that had been used against you became a shield of protection around you. Now we get to the part that's happening right now, in this moment. Your attackers just received legal notices. Federal investigators have made it clear that the game is over. Some people are already in jail, some people are about to be arrested, and others are scrambling to figure out how to save themselves. The beautiful irony is that they're all turning on each other. The parental figure who orchestrated everything is trying to maintain this poker face, pretending like they don't know what's happening, acting like they're innocent of the very crimes they planned. Everyone around them is panicking, and their refusal to acknowledge reality is making them look even more guilty. Hold that thought for a moment. I need your attention for something very important. For the first time, we're revealing everything we know about personal power, healing yourself, and healing others. No filters, no holding back. We have been quietly adding all the occult secrets we've collected over literal years of spiritual practice. The techniques and wisdom that transformed us from controlled pawns into conscious creators are now available to those ready to walk the same path. This is your invitation to join Obsidian Inner Order and support our platform so we can continue growing our megaphone to reach other chosen ones waiting for activation. By joining the Obsidian Inner Order, you're not just gaining access to forbidden knowledge, you're becoming part of a movement that's rewriting reality itself. It's a 360 win for all of us. Link is in the description. Your ex is in full confession mode now. Their own side piece, their secret relationships, have become witnesses against them. People who helped them access court documents they had no right to see. People who participated in the harassment campaigns. People who took bribes to interfere with your income streams. They're all singing like canaries now that they realize the federal government has been watching. The panic among your attackers is palpable. They're making frantic phone calls to lawyers, trying to figure out what evidence exists against them, attempting to coordinate their stories. The problem is that they've been caught in so many lies for so long that they can't keep track of what version of the truth they told to which person. What they don't understand, chosen one, divine justice doesn't work that way. You can't spend years systematically destroying someone's life and then expect a heartfelt apology to erase the consequences. The wheels of cosmic justice are already in motion, and no amount of scrambling can stop what's coming. While they're panicking and scrambling and trying to burn evidence, you're operating from a completely different frequency. You're moving in what I call the fool's journey energy. You're comfortable with the unknown. You're trusting divine timing. You're not trying to control outcomes. This drives them absolutely insane because they can't predict your moves. They're trying to figure out what you're going to do, how you're going to react, whether you're going to forgive them or help them, or give them another chance. You're operating from such a high spiritual level that you haven't even decided what you're going to do yet. You're flowing with divine guidance moment by moment. Your ancestors are actively protecting you in this situation. Every attempt at spiritual attack, every love spell, every binding ritual they try to perform, it's falling flat. The energy they're putting out is so heavy, so toxic, that it's just falling right back on them. They're literally creating their own spiritual quicksand. The spiritual warfare has reached unprecedented levels as your attackers become more desperate. They're hiring multiple practitioners, spending thousands of dollars on rituals, even trying to get into your dreams to manipulate you on the astral plane. What they don't understand is that your spiritual protection operates on a level they can't even perceive. Your energy field has been strengthened by every attack you've survived. Your connection to Divine Source has been deepened by every betrayal you've endured. Your spiritual discernment has been refined by every lie you've had to navigate. You're not the same person they started attacking years ago. You're a spiritual warrior forged in the fires of cosmic testing. You're not even trying to fight them. You're not engaging in their drama. You're not arguing with them. You're not trying to convince anyone of your innocence. You're just maintaining your boundaries like an unshakable fortress. And that boundary, energy, is what's exposing all their lies. Every time they try to manipulate you back into their chaos, your boundaries hold firm. Every time they send flying monkeys to guilt-trip you into reconnecting, your discernment sees right through it. Every time they try to use your compassion against you, your wisdom protects your heart. Let me tell you what's happening with your money right now, Chosen One. There's about to be a massive wealth transfer. All the resources that were stolen from you, all the opportunities that were blocked, all the income streams that were sabotaged, it's all coming back to you with interest. The people who were paid to interfere with your work, who were blocking your online content, who were spreading lies to damage your reputation, they've all received legal notices to stop. The federal government has made it clear that interfering with your livelihood is a crime, and anyone who continues will face serious consequences. This wealth transfer goes beyond just getting back what was stolen. The universe is about to compensate you for every opportunity you missed, every door that was closed, every investment that was sabotaged. You're about to receive abundance that reflects not just what you lost, also what you would have gained if these attacks had never happened. The financial institutions that were manipulated into blocking your accounts are scrambling to make things right. The business partners who were fed lies about your character are reaching out with new opportunities. The investment opportunities that were sabotaged are reopening with even better terms. You're about to receive vindication from the courthouse that will shock you. The same legal system that was used against you for so long is about to become your greatest ally. You're going to get shown major love from judges, investigators, and officials who have seen the evidence of what was done to you. The beautiful thing is that you're being very careful with this new energy, this new money, this new power. You're making sure that everyone who gets access to your abundance is operating from a place of equal give and take. You've learned to protect your energy and your resources from vampires and parasites. The financial reckoning extends to your attackers as well. The money they spent on lawyers, private investigators, and spiritual practitioners to attack you, it's all been wasted. The resources they diverted from their own lives to focus on destroying yours have left them financially depleted. Meanwhile, you're about to enter a period of unprecedented abundance. The parental figure who started all this chaos is about to have a complete emotional breakdown. They've been maintaining this poker face for so long, pretending like they don't know what's happening, acting like they're emotionally balanced and in control. There's too much pressure building up inside them. They're sitting on decades of guilt, fear, and rage that they've never processed. They know they're going to jail. They know everyone can see through their lies. They know their entire house of cards is collapsing. Because they've been refusing to address any of these emotions, when the breakdown comes, it's going to be spectacular. We're talking about panic attacks, emotional outbursts, possibly even physical health crises. The stress of maintaining lies. For this long while, watching everything unravel, is going to take a serious toll on their body and mind. The poker face they've been wearing is starting to crack, and what's underneath is decades of suppressed terror. They've been living in constant fear that this day would come, that the truth would be exposed, that they would face consequences for their actions. Instead of changing course, instead of making amends, instead of telling the truth, they doubled down on the lies. They recruited more people, created more elaborate schemes, told bigger and more complex stories to cover their tracks. Meanwhile, your ex is facing their own reckoning. The thing they're most terrified of is their own children finding out what they tried to do to you. They know that once their kids understand that their parent was trying to destroy someone they love, that relationship is over forever. For someone who has burned every other bridge in their life, losing their children's respect would leave them with absolutely nothing. The emotional breakdown among your attackers is creating a domino effect. As one person cracks under pressure, they're revealing information that implicates others. As secrets are exposed, alliances are crumbling. The network that seemed so strong, when it was united against you, is falling apart now that its members are facing individual consequences. What your attackers never understood is that you're not just a regular person they could manipulate and destroy. You're a chosen one, and that means you have spiritual protection that operates on levels they can't even perceive. Your ancestors have been working behind the scenes this entire time, coordinating with divine forces to ensure that justice would be served. Every attempt to harm you, every spell cast against you, every lie told about you, it was all being recorded not just by federal investigators, also by cosmic forces that these people could never comprehend. They thought they were dealing with someone who was powerless, someone they could bully and intimidate into submission. Divine justice doesn't operate on human timelines or human methods. It's been building this case for years, allowing your attackers to reveal their true nature, giving them enough rope to hang themselves with their own actions. Now the moment of reckoning has arrived. The divine intervention in your situation has been orchestrated across multiple dimensions. Your spirit guides have been protecting you in the ethereal realms. Your ancestors have been working through earthly authorities to build legal cases. The universe itself has been coordinating synchronicities to expose the truth at exactly the right moment. This level of spiritual protection is reserved for souls who have important missions on this planet. Your attackers weren't just attacking you personally, they were attacking your divine mission, your spiritual work, your ability to serve humanity. That's why the response from cosmic forces has been so swift and so comprehensive. The beautiful thing about divine timing is that everything is being revealed at exactly the right moment. Not too early, when the evidence wasn't complete. Not too late, when more damage could have been done. At the perfect moment when maximum justice can be served with maximum protection for you. This is what's about to happen, Chosen One. You're going to continue moving forward while everyone who tried to stop you faces the consequences of their choices. You're going to receive abundance that was always meant to be yours. Opportunities that were being blocked are going to open up, and people who truly deserve to be in your life are going to appear. Your approach of maintaining boundaries, refusing to engage with chaos, and staying in high vibrational energy has been completely vindicated. While everyone else was running around creating drama and destruction, you were building something beautiful that no one could touch. The federal investigators, the community leaders, the spiritual forces, they're all rooting for you because they can see your heart, they can see your integrity, they can see that you've been telling the truth this entire time. Your family members who participated in this conspiracy are about to learn what happens when you try to steal from a chosen one. Your ex is about to discover that spiritual warfare against someone with divine protection only destroys the person casting the spells. The corrupt officials who took bribes are about to lose everything they thought their crimes had gained them. You're about to step into the abundance, the love, the recognition, and the justice that has always been your birthright. The cosmic forces that have been protecting you are about to reveal just how powerful your spiritual backing really is. This victory isn't just personal, it's cosmic. Your triumph over these forces of darkness is going to inspire other chosen ones who are facing similar attacks. Your story is going to become a beacon of hope for people who are struggling to understand why they're being targeted, why their lives seem so difficult, why they face obstacles that others don't. The vindication you're about to receive will be so complete, so public, so undeniable that even your harshest critics will have to acknowledge the truth. The lies that were told about you will be exposed as obvious fabrications. The people who believed those lies will feel foolish forever doubting you. Most importantly, chosen one, you're going to emerge from this experience stronger, wiser, and more connected to your divine purpose than ever before. The attacks that were meant to destroy you have actually prepared you for the next level of your mission. The isolation that was meant to weaken you has deepened your connection to Source. The betrayals that were meant to break your heart have taught you to love more wisely. The feds gave them the bad news, and now they're scrambling. It's too late for apologies, too late for confessions, too late for anything except facing the consequences of trying to destroy someone the universe was protecting all along. Your time of suffering is over. Your time of abundance has begun. The cosmic forces that have been working behind the scenes are about to step into the light, and the world is going to see just how protected you really are. Welcome to your victory, chosen one. You've earned every moment of the justice that's coming your way. Most importantly, chosen one, you're going to emerge from this experience stronger, wiser, and more connected to your divine purpose than ever before. The attacks that were meant to destroy you have actually prepared you for the next level of your mission. The isolation that was meant to weaken you has deepened your connection to Source. The betrayals that were meant to break your heart have taught you to love more wisely. The feds gave them the bad news, and now they're scrambling. It's too late for apologies, too late for confessions, too late for anything except facing the consequences of trying to destroy someone the universe was protecting all along. Your time of suffering is over. Your time of abundance has begun. Cosmic forces that have been working behind the scenes are about to step into the light, and the world is going to see just how protected you really are. Welcome to your victory, chosen one. You've earned every moment of the justice that's coming your way.